So when you do that, just the only thing I want you to do is when you're doing something like that is at least be respectful. Don't trash the other product and don't trash the dealership. You know, it's fair game with the customer because it's open season. It's the internet, okay? But don't be negative. Don't ever say anything bad about another dealership, and don't ever say anything bad about somebody else's product, okay? Don't do that. Just be respectful about that. But hey, if that guy's looking for a car, it's open game, man. Go after it every bit. The other thing too is to go along with that is if you, once we get into our phone training tomorrow, which we're going to do and talk about in the morning, but when we talk about the follow-up, we're going to get into follow-up tomorrow also. But one thing I want you to remember from now on is the reason why we get people's cell phones, which is part of the social media thing, is you're going to always send people a little 30-second video to their cell phone. So let's just say, and this will make more sense to you tomorrow, but let's say me and you have a conversation, Dan, right? And I'm talking to you on the phone. Once I talk to you on the phone, as soon as I hang up with you and I'm making an appointment or just having a conversation, and I make an appointment, as long as I got your cell phone number, I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to take a picture of my business card and I'm going to text it to you, so you have that. Then the second I'm going to do is send you a little 15 to 30-second video, and I'm going to say, hey, Dan, this is Don over here at Toyota of Katy. I just wanted you to put a face with the name. Matter of fact, right behind me is the car you inquired about, and I'll see you tonight at 6 o'clock. And that's it. Boom. Now they got your business card. They saw a picture of the car they were talking about, and they saw you live and in person. So the chances of them not knowing who you are zero. Okay? Unless somebody hit them in the head with a tack hammer before they got here and they don't remember you. Okay? Otherwise, they got to know who you're at, right? So you always want to do that. Your communication with video is really going to be important. Even in an email, you could do the same thing. If you're going to email somebody some information or inquire, make a little 10, 15 second or under 30-second video, should be under a half a minute, and just say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, this is Dan over here at Toyota. Just want to introduce myself. I know you're interested in a Toyota Camry about a month ago. I don't know if you bought anything, but I just wanted to show you what I got. When you get a chance, give me a call. Video has the highest rate of opening than anything else, especially if they know who it comes from. So in the subject line, if you put a message from Dan over at Don McGill Toyota of Houston and put it in there, or whatever dealership, and it has a video, they're going to click on it because, number one, they know it's not spam, and then number two, they know it's not a virus or something else because you just told them what it was from. The same thing goes when you send a text message. One of the first things you want to do, now when you send a business card, that's a picture that's going to show up right now, right? So you don't have to worry about it. But right before that, you want to send them a text message, say, hey, I just sent you a video message, Dan from Toyota of Houston. Send that and then send the video right after it. So number one, they'll see your business card. Number two, they're going to say, hey, Dan just sent me a video. So again, they know it's not some trash, so they'll click on it and it'll be short and sweet, and trust me, they'll save it. Well, I've even gone as far enough as in an email or a text message and keeping it, at no longer than a minute, is I've done a mini walk around. Like somebody called me on a car or truck, so I'll go out there and I'll take a quick walk around of the vehicle, open the door, a quick one, and put myself in it, turn it around and say, hey, just wanted to show you the vehicle that you were inquiring about, this 2019 whatever, just wanted to show it to you. Give me a call once you get the information and show it to them. The response rate is off the chain, okay? Just off the chain, but it makes you different. So now all of you who went shopping last night, how many of you got a phone call from your salesman today? Not one? Oh my God, that's awful. Not one. Not one phone call of a follow-up. Well, there's your competition for you right there.
Is that amazing?
That is amazing.
It's amazing.
Even you had the most incredible experience.
I've been looking at my phone every 50 minutes.
And nothing.
It's
Nothing.
amazing.
Oh, your guy never even asked for your phone number? Trust me, the other 20 people in this room haven't got that either. So we're going to get to yours also.
They called me at 9 o'clock to the morning.
Oh, they did call you at 9 o'clock this morning?
And he was Houston Astro fan.
Oh. Well, at least you got 1 out of 25. That's not a bad odd, I guess.
The other day, the other thing was, he told me, where are you from? I said, Venezuela. Altuve, you're my hero.
Yeah, our boy Altuve. He's gonna knock it out of the park tonight. I feel a home run, huge home run game coming here. World Series game 2. So.
Springer, Correa.
Hey, you know, Correa's coming on. Alvarez all of a sudden had a good game. I knew he was 0 for like 500 or something, you know. So finally yesterday, last night he had a great game. That was awesome. I appreciated that. Well, Springer's, they're all due right now. They're all at the edge. I mean, we had bases loaded 3 or 4 times and dropped it. So they're overdue. It's going to be an explosive game, I think, tonight. Sorry, Greg.
Oh, no, I wasn't even paying attention.
Uh-huh.
So, you're the underdog, the underdog usually take this. So. Go Astros.
Go Astros, baby.
I like to blend in with the common.
What else, common folk?
Yeah.
I like it. All right. So, getting in with the social media. Any questions about that? We're going to do so far.
I have another question. I can put another car or different model, like Mercedes or used car. Can I
Yes.
put it?
Yeah. If you're going to promote used cars, that's fine. Just let the person know what it is in that thing. But again, you don't want to put a price or a payment or something like that because it's going to be car trash. You just want to put the car. So you could do a quick little walk around video of the used car, but you got to have an introduction to it. So in other words, you're going to say, hey, I just want to show you this beautiful 2017 Toyota Tundra we just took in on trade. This thing is so clean. I want you guys to see this and do a quick little walk around, show the interior, and say, hey, if you're interested, you know how to get a hold of me. And if you would, please like and share this video. Short and sweet, and show somebody, because that may spark an interest. But you're not forcing it down their throat and saying, hey, this thing's $29.95 and all that kind of stuff. You don't want to do that. You're not looking for that trash. Yes.
It's okay to put price on market.
Yes. Marketplace is the only spot for you to plug in and put in price. Okay, it's the only spot whatsoever. So that's where you're going to put in all the information in the car, but you're not going to put a payment. Don't ever do that. Just put the price. Because even though a payment is a lot more enticing than the price of the car, because of disclosure purposes and interest rate and all that kind of stuff, you're not going to have all the legal information to put in there in order to quote a payment. So I'd rather you not get in trouble and just put the price of the vehicle, and you could put in something like, hey, we accept all credit types. We accept all credit types. Please let me know if you're interested, and kind of go from there. So, anything else? Yes.
On pictures and posts outside marketplace, it's okay to put some of the vehicle specs like engine size, MPG, stuff like that.
Always. That's always a great thing you can add to it. I wouldn't get too much, but I would get a little, you could get a little descriptive. Like, let's just say we took in this 2020 Super, right? So once you have that Super in there and you take a couple of pictures of it, you could put in the description 2020 Super, 170 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2.2 seconds, super cool. Whatever it is. I don't know if any of that's true or not, I'm just saying. But, just something short, sweet, like a tagline to it, whatever that would be, and that you can add it.
Honda boy called 4 minutes ago.
Oh, finally, Honda. We got a phone call from our mystery shopping last night. We got 25 of you, so we've gotten legitimately one real phone call. Oh, no. I don't even know who you are at this point, which is sad. That's really terrible. That's really terrible. So, I was afraid that, so yours went,
Well, yeah, with the second guy.
the second, that's
I
right.
mean, he got my information and everything, so.
So he was good at that point. So, anything else we want to cover on that particular area? So, now the other thing too is, let's talk about, when it comes to Facebook, about liking and sharing. This is a very important thing. So, when you sell a vehicle, make sure that you are doing that post not only on your side, on the dealer side too, but also on your customer side. So there's really 3 different areas you want to split this, either picture or video too. Now, if you could take a video with your customer, like a quick 15, 20-second video, that's always the best. So in other words, you're almost like if you were filming it, you'd be like, hey, I'm here with my new buddy Dan, who just bought this 2020 Toyota Camry. Dan, how do you like your new car? And he may say, yeah, my experience was great. It was this. That kind of like almost like a little testimonial. Those are number 1 in the category. Those are the best you can ever have. Now that you could say, okay, do me a favor, Dan. I'm going to share this. Where are you at on Facebook? Try to become friends with them on Facebook if you can, or at least share it and post it on their timeline, which is great. Now, a lot of people will tell you, let's try to do that video on your customer's phone on their own timeline, but that sometimes can be a difficult task. Now, sometimes you may get an easy customer that you can talk to that's pretty cool, and we'll let you go through all that, but just in case they don't, and you don't want to go through that mental damage, it's easy if you make that video right there on Facebook. You make that little testimonial, you got it on yours, you can share it to the company's page really easy, and if I tag you in it, you're the customer, and I can share it on your timeline. I can ask you, hey, do me a favor, just like it as soon as you get it, and just reshare it on your timeline. This way everybody in your friends group will absolutely see it. So you really got the customer, you got you personally, and then you have the company side. So you have 3 different areas where it's going to resonate to. Then you're going to do this one same thing and add that to LinkedIn, and then also add it to Instagram. And then your bases in that area will be covered. And forget all about it. Let it do its job from there. And every time you do that, to figure if you're going to sell yourself 20, 25 cars a month, that's what? Easily, if at 25, that's easily 75 posts times how many friends they have just on their list times their friends. So how many is that going to keep calculating out to? Plus the marketplace. It does not take long, folks, for you to be a hit. Not long at all. That's the best part. The best and the worst thing about social media is that. Okay, is that, yeah, sometimes it's going to get you in trouble, and sometimes it's going to actually be the best thing and bring in the most amount of business. That's how you get from not being able to stand on the lot all day waiting for a customer, by marketing and prospecting yourself. Which brings me to the next thing. Which, anybody questions on social media part, that area? Yeah. Yes. Absolutely you should. It should be personalized, but it's for the store. So in other words, you can ask them the best time to ask them, okay, is right then when they bought the car, they came out of finance, they're excited, they're happy, they're in the delivery area. What you could do is say, hey, do me a favor, Mr. Customer, can you just pull up your phone and then type in the dealership, pull up where the reviews are and say, hey, can you do me a favor? It's really important to me. Can you give me a good Google review and mention my name in it? Hey, I was with, Omar. He was a great salesman. I bought this 2000 whatever, and give him a 5-star rating. You want to do that right then and there. Don't wait. Right when you're doing the delivery, get that. And you can post that review too. And that's going to get posted. That's going to bring you business because your name will start being synonymous with one or the other. Now, when it comes to prospecting, which I know is a whole different subject, but prospecting, when you're going through the social media page, is one side, okay? The other side of the prospecting and networking is different. So what you're going to look at is you're going to look at how many areas can you connect yourself to. It depends on your past jobs. It depends on your community that you're involved with and what you do, however that is. And what I mean by networking is I do a couple different things. So like I'll go visit body shops all over the city, even if they're at other dealerships. And I'll bring the service advisor or some of those people, especially like here we got Service King. Walk into Service King with a little 6-pack of donuts or a 12-pack of donuts, tape your business card there and say, hey, I just wanted to drop these off for you. If you guys ever need anything, let me know. And just drop off the donuts and leave. Don't even try to have a conversation. The next thing is, with your business cards, you should be able to give out a box of 500 business cards a month. There's no excuse not to. Every time you go to Kroger, H-E-B, or wherever you go, and you go through the checkout, whoever checked you out, I don't care if they're 12. Doesn't matter. Hand them a business card, okay? Say, hey, thanks, appreciate it. If you ever need anything, let me know. Boom. If you got a bagger, give one to the bagger, one to the cashier. Here you go. You don't know. Maybe their parents. Two things will happen. One, they'll throw it in the garbage, or two, they'll pick it in their pocket. Maybe they'll use it. You have the dry cleaner. Give it to the dry cleaner. You know, I know you don't have dry cleaner, right? Nah, just kidding. But give it to your dry cleaner, the grocery store. You go to the doctor, the dentist. You going to say something? When I sold cars, I did it once a week. On my day off, what I did is I went first thing in the morning and I bought a dozen boxes. I bought 12 dozen, and I put my business card, either one or two of my business cards on every box. And I just, wherever I went, I went. I went to some real estate offices, dropped them off at real estate offices. Realtors buy new cars every 2 years, just about. I went and dropped that off at a real estate office, went to my volunteer fire department, dropped it off, went to my local police station. I know some of you are a little touchy about going to the local police station, but we do support the blue. So you got to go to the police station, drop off some donuts. You know, they may run to it and jump on top of it, but you just got to back out of the way. You know? So, but just drop off that there. A dentist office, doctor's offices. Go to a hospital. Go to an emergency room. Walk in an emergency room. No, there's nothing wrong with me until after I eat these donuts. And then dropped off the donuts with your business card. Here, that's for you guys. Yes.
I don't know what type of food, I've always been detected in a lot of the cops, do they big donuts?
As far as I see, yeah. My ex-wife is married to a cop, and I know for sure he eats donuts because his little fat ass, I see him running around the block all the time. So.
My dad built a giant MRI and CAT scan business, going to doctor's offices, bringing donuts and kolaches. He made a fortune. I mean, he sold his business for $26 million, split it with his partner. So literally walking in, he said, they smell the donuts, they smell the kolaches, and they let you in.
That's very true. Food, whoever saw those commercials, the guy who's going to work late, which none of you have done, which I'm kind of mad about, is the guy who brings in breakfast. Remember? You're going to be late bringing breakfast. You're no longer late. You're just a guy that bought breakfast. Yeah. Yes. That's smart, because that's what's going to happen. All of you should have checked in today and say that you work here. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Any kind of business that you can walk into, bring them some kolaches or donuts or whatever, but make sure they're generic. So, you know, you don't know if somebody likes jalapeno or not. Just make sure they're normal. Sausage or sausage and cheese or regular glazed donuts or whatever it is. Make it generic and bring it everywhere. Do it once a week. What could it possibly hurt? What'd you do? You spent $25 to insure yourself? Now you can take that also to the next level when it comes to prospecting, okay? Which we've done a lot. One of my buddies, Paul, did it and was very successful at it, is he went to bigger companies and got a hold of the HR department. Like, let's just say you were selling fire extinguishers, right? So somebody came up here to our HR department and said, hey, listen, you know, I just want to talk to you. I have a special deal worked out for your company, so any of your employees that, let's say, want to purchase a new Toyota, if they come to me and use, you know, bring me this flyer or bring me my card or bring me this code or whatever it is you come up with, we'll have a special incentive and a special deal to come here. And he went and did that to HP. He did it to Continental Airlines, and not to mention, how many people here have noticed we have a few oil companies in Houston? Yeah, we have a whole ton. We have about 300. Okay, so you could go to NOV, you could go to BP, you can go to Halliburton, you can go to all these companies and do what you can to get into their HR department and say, hey, look, I just want to talk to your HR person, find out who he is, get him on the phone, do whatever. Say, look, hey, my name is Greg. I'm calling from Toyota. I just wanted to come down have 5 minutes of your time because we have a new special program out. Actually, we just made it just for your company. I just wanted to come and drop off that information so your employees can benefit from it.
That's a good idea. Let them know your name is Greg.
That's right. Everybody's name is Greg today.
Are you lying though, or is there really a special?
No, you're not lying. Whatever special you made is what you made. So come up with a deal. Get with your manager and say, look, I'm going to go over to Halliburton. I got an appointment with their HR manager. How far can I go as far as a special deal just for Halliburton? Right? And let you and your manager decide, make a little flyer or something, bring a little stack of business cards and go in and see the HR director. And then tell whoever that guy is, say, look, whatever this deal is, just for you personally, whenever you need it, I'm going to knock off another $500 or $200 or whatever it is for you, the HR director, personally. You don't think they're going to be excited? Yes, they will. And you could do that to tons and tons of companies. I can't tell you how many we have in Houston. You're never going to get to all of them. But what you can do is around your area where you live on your day off, spend a big deal. What's an hour or 2 hours for you to go out and do a little bit of prospecting when you have the time? Or if, let's say, you don't come in till 12 o'clock, spend an hour or two, get up and go do that in the morning to ensure you're going to get more business. What's the worst thing that can happen? Either they ate your donuts and didn't call you, or somebody actually came in and bought a car, and your commission's going to outweigh paying for the donuts for the rest of the month. So, any questions? Yes.
So I was thinking along the lines of like fleet sales, and I don't know if that's kind of what you're talking about, but different, like one company buys a whole bunch of cars and trucks. Do y'all get a lot of that here, or is that more of a Ford, Chevy thing?
No, I mean, Toyota does that. They're not, you know, they don't have a heavy group, but they do that. They know they have a deal with Enterprise and a few others. So, but you don't necessarily have to worry about it being a fleet as much as you could get what we call the one-offs, where, you know, this company, you may get 5 or 10 deals out of them 1 month. Like, I know Continental Airlines, for my friend Paul, he was on a consistent basis, just out of Continental, he was picking up between 20 and 25 deals every single month. Now, he was the manager of his team, and he had his 5 guys or 6 guys that went out and did the prospecting. He went in and closed the deal with them, and they put all his stuff out there throughout all Continental in Houston. So however many people, from the baggage handlers to the pilots, okay? So everybody knew his information. When somebody needed and wanted something that was in his product line, they came in and saw him. And everybody in the dealership knew if this guy was coming in from Continental, that belonged to them. And they were coming in and seeing him. And he was picking up 20, 25 deals a month. I mean, consistently for like 2 years.
When you say he put his stuff in front of them, like, what is that, phone number, email address?
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be your business card. You make up some kind of flyer that's relevant to whatever it is, the car line. He even went as far as setting up a little point of sale booth, like a table and a laptop and a whole bunch of brochures and business cards in their lobby. So when people came down the elevator, when they were either going to work or coming from work, come in the lobby, they would see his stuff. Some people wouldn't stop, and some people would come up and they would take a business card or whatever. But he did that once a month and had that little stand in their lobby. And if you get in good enough with some of these companies, they'll let you do that. Because who are you hurting? You're not hurting anybody. So the other thing, too, is go visit credit unions and banks, local branches. All of you, I'm sure, have a bank or a bank account somewhere. Wherever that is, you should go visit your local branch, go see who the loan officers are, and go introduce yourself and say, hey, let me, just want to let you know, I bank here, and this is what I do for a living. I wanted to give you my business card. Would it be okay if I sent you some customers looking for loans? What do you think they're going to say? They're going to say, hell yeah, bring it on. Right away. They're not going to say, oh no, please, don't want any business. No, they're going to want you to, absolutely. So that's when you open up the conversation and say, look, if you know anybody looking for a new or used vehicle, please send them my way, and I will not touch your financing. And understand that. So they like that. They'll say, okay, I got a lock in, I got a queue in here. The more credit unions and the more banks you get involved in, to do that prospecting in, only again, is just gonna beef up what you do.
What does that mean? I will not touch your finance.
Because we have our own finance. Okay. Not if you tell them up front and say, look, this guy was referred to me from, let's just say, Amergy Bank. My loan officer at Amergy Bank send me this customer, and they're doing the financing for this customer. Doesn't mean we can't sell them a warranty or gap insurance or anything else. We'll put that in the package, and we're going to let them know and say, look, you know, you're going to get the financing, but we're going to sell them this warranty because that's an important part of the deal. Trust me, you can work everything out with that loan officer, and everybody on both sides of the fence will be happy. And trust me, once your first deal gets clicked and done, you'll be locked in with those people. And I mean locked in. Yes.
We don't know how I asked this before, but how do house leads get to each of the
We'll answer that question tomorrow. I mean, as far as leads coming in, they get generated to everybody. There's no one person that has them. It's generated to everybody. So we have a BDC here that you're a part of, so that when we learn to do phone training tomorrow, you're all going to learn how to answer the phone and make appointments. Yes.
Say there's a specific goal that, you know, sometimes they display a car, vehicle, address, company, whatever. If you come across a person who organizes that, who do you take that out?
Your manager.
Okay.
Everything that you do is going to be through your management. Okay? You're not authorized to do anything out on your own unless the stuff that I just told you when it comes to prospecting. You could go out there and visit as many companies you want with nobody's permission, with your business cards. You're spending your own money, your own dollars. You can go anywhere you want. You can go to restaurants, go see waitresses, waiters, whatever, drop off food. Food is a big opener. Title companies, I can't tell you, it's just endless. You know, haircutting places, restaurants. If it's a business, there's no reason for you not to go in there. Nail salons, what?
Everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. The whole point is, everybody should know your name and what you do and where you work. Everybody. You have to brand yourself to where you're at. And you know, I love Toyota, and that's great, but the product is irrelevant. You are the one that's relevant, okay? Because you're the one making the connection. Those people want to see you. So wherever you go, that's who they want to see. And they want to get to know you. Yes?
If somebody goes, hey, you know, it's great to sell Toyotas, I don't really want a Toyota, but I would love to give you BMW, and I'm looking for this, we can find that, right?
Absolutely.
It's not here on the lot.
Absolutely. No problem. So yeah, it's not just designed just for your new car brand, okay? It's open to everything, regardless. Yes?
So say someone comes in for a Supra, we only have that yellow one down there, but Toyota Kitty at the back. Can we get that one?
As far as I know, yeah, we could swap, but I don't want to get beat up by that in case they say no, you know. But typically, yeah, we could swap inventory with anybody. So it doesn't matter. Anywhere in the country.
Yeah, you can, I would say you can order the car to come to you, right?
Yeah. What we do is we have a thing that's called dealer trades. Nobody likes to talk about it. Nobody likes to do it. But what we could do is we could swap new car inventory with any other Toyota dealership in the United States. Doesn't matter, wherever it goes. So it's easier to stay in our region, but, you know, we do it all the time. It's done every day. We have dealer trade drivers, paperwork, everything. We're swapping inventory every single day. Yes?
When we did the fishing show, Beckham Aston GMC was our sponsor, and we had a guy at the dealership that we sent the customers to, and because we were a national TV show, he did a spot where he said, I don't care where you're at, we'll send the truck to you. You want to
Yeah.
buy it from me? I'll get it to you.
Absolutely.
Take it, put it on a took it,
Carrier.
whatever, and send it to him.
Absolutely.
And did it from Beckham Aston.
Can you open that door, Tim, behind you? You get too hot in here.
So we can do that too if we have
Oh,
somebody,
so-
say one of our family members lives in Fort Worth and they want to get a Toyota.
Without a doubt. They could buy the vehicle and we could ship it anywhere in the United States. Not a problem. You're not hampered by anything. Come on in here, Rafael. Hey, this is Rafael Chirinos. He's been here since, I think, Toyota was invented. He's one of the top guys we have. So, if not the top guy we have. So if you need anything, especially pens, go see Raphael. No, I'm only kidding. Thank you, sir. So,
There's not like a freight cost,
huh?
also like transportation for the new vehicle that you're.
Yeah, of course. It costs money to ship, but you know, it depends where it's going and all that stuff, and you could cross that bridge when you get to it. But yeah, there is definitely a shipping cost. They got to put it on a car carrier, wrap it, and send it wherever it's going. And that has never stood in the way of somebody buying a vehicle. I can assure you that. So, Raphael's been here, I'm going to say probably 28 years in the store. And, you know, he's one of those 40 car a month guys. So he doesn't, every time I see and I walk in here, there's always a customer at his desk. Always. Always. I guarantee he went up here to make a copy or do something because there's a customer at his desk. So, and I think he only works 4 or 5 days a week on the top of it, and he sells more than anybody in the store. Because he's consistent, man. He does that process that you guys have learned. He does it the same all the time, man. You can't break his stride. And not to mention, he's the nicest guy in the world. So everybody likes him. He's from Venezuela too. Yeah. So anyway, when we talk about the prospecting, okay, again, any questions on that? No. So really, it's open. Any business, anywhere that you see, it doesn't matter. Just make your rounds. You know, one day just, if you're near your house, right, and you know there's a little strip center by you, right, just count how many little businesses are in the strip center and start with that. And just, you know, if there's 10, buy 10 little boxes of kolaches. Doesn't have to be a lot. Just, you know, when that, put your card on them and just walk in and just drop them off. You don't have to have a conversation with them. Just say, hey, how you doing? Just want to drop these off for you guys. Boom. And just walk out and leave. And go to the next one and the next one and the next one. And then you're done with that particular strip. You know, and then move on to the next one. Whether you get a call or not is irrelevant. At the end of the day, people are going to recognize, you're going to remember you. Because if you did, you know, that one little strip center and you did it once a month, let's say, to that little strip center by your house, they're going to get to know, hey, there's that guy who brought us kolaches last time, and they have your business card. So if you tape, you know, maybe tape 2 of them to the box, or 1, it doesn't matter, but that's going to get the whole point across, and people are going to get to know you for that. Yes?
I did that for, my friend and I tried to start up a digital marketing business, and at first it was very intimidating to go do that. But after I did it a few times, every time I walked out of this business, I said, that's one more person or group of people that knows what I do. And
Yes.
Mike's in the business. And it's free other than your gas and donuts, but the business card is virtually free. And you're making contacts with people that you would otherwise have to advertise to. Or maybe they don't see your Facebook, but it's another way to just consistently brand yourself. And it's amazing that, you know, there's a lot of parallels with what he's talking about with any business, but with the car business, they need a car. They want a Toyota, they're going to come to you.
Correct. And it doesn't matter where you're at. If you happen to decide to go to San Antonio for the weekend, take a stack of business cards with you. You're going to go to SeaWorld or something like that, and somewhere up there during your time, hand them out. Hand out a box of donuts, do whatever, and just hand them out. What's the worst thing can happen? Somebody from San Antonio call you to buy a car? Like, that's never happened. It happens all the time. Doesn't matter where you're at or what you're doing. As long as you're always doing that, that's going to resonate, and it will absolutely 100% bring you in business. Even if you got one car deal from it that you got extra from handing that out, it made the whole thing worth it. Because what do you got in the whole deal? $20 to go visit maybe 10 or 15 businesses and drop them off so they know what you do. And if you do it consistently, like he said, at first you're going to feel awkward. But once you get used to doing it, that's going to change. It's going to become routine and automatic. Next thing you know, you might be able to get your kids or your wife or somebody else to help you. Go hand them out and get it done even quicker. Just as long as you're getting that little bit of prospecting done every day is going to make a whole world of difference to you as you do this. By you doing that and doing the social media correctly, I don't think business is going to be a problem, not to mention the 1,100 phone calls we get a day here and the lot traffic. You're going to be busy people, and that's the whole point. You don't want any downtime. You want to get all your stuff completed and done as soon as possible. Yes, ma'am. On the what?
On the resort, in the parking lot?
See, that may have helped, but that's the only thing I would not do. Okay, let me tell you why. Because somebody owns that vehicle, that's somebody's personal property. So when you put that flyer or something, you're touching their vehicle, and somebody could get pissed off when you're doing that.
I got
Yeah.
something to add to that. I was at the program by my mom's house where I used to work, and there was a couple Hispanic guys doing events, but they were going around, and I thought they were pulling door in to try to see what cars were open, to steal stuff out of them. So I called the sheriff's department. They roll up on these guys, and the guys were like, "We're giving out business cards." I felt like a moron. But
No,
they
but-
almost got in trouble for doing it because I thought they were stealing. I thought they were trying to get in.
A lot of places like Walmart and stuff like that don't allow it. If they see your stuff in there, they'll go pull them all off and tell you to come pick them up, and you'll get a fine, or, you know, that's like considered trespassing. So even though that's a great idea, and it may have worked for you in the past, I don't suggest you doing that because you're touching somebody else's property. I wouldn't do that. What? No. Mm-mm. Now, if a neighborhood allowed you to go one step further, and you got, you know, door hangers with your information and all that stuff, and it's your door hanger, and you're hanging them on doors, as long as there's not a sign or something that says no solicitation, hey, have at it, okay? But you're getting a little bit more in depth and a little bit more complicated, which is fine, but what I like is simplicity, something that you could do that's quick, easy, and effective. And even though the door hangers are effective, you know, be conscious of what you're doing, because you don't want to spend too much money on something when you could do that. But yes.
We do bird dogs and we do homes.
Yes, I don't know what they cost, but yes, we do that.
What are those called? What is that?
Bird dogs, like a referral fee. Like if you sent me a customer and I paid you, thank you for the referral, we do referral fees. I just don't know what the dollar amount is. On Friday, when you meet your managers, that's something that you could do then.
So is there like an acceptable number, like $500 off, that we could prospect to right now without talking to a manager? To a group?
I could tell you for sure, you could, whatever vehicle, unless it's a Super right now, but whatever normal vehicles out there, whatever the addendum price is, addendum is the little white sticker next to the window sticker, whatever that is, if you took $500 off, I doubt anybody's going to have a problem with that. I think you should be just fine. Just fine. So, prospecting, which is basically networking, if you're going to, you could do the exact same thing in doing it on LinkedIn, all the social media sites, the same thing you do in person. You know, we would have little events like hot dog eating contests and little different cool stuff. And I got somewhat of a friend of mine that always doing Facebook Live at his car lot, at his car dealership, and giving away stuff. You know, he'll go to the parts department and buy, you know, $100 worth of stuff, and he'll say, you know, the first 10 people to come in here and take a test drive on this vehicle or that vehicle get this, you know, new shirt or new hat or mug or whatever it is he comes up with. And he does a lot of that. And you know what? It works for him. Works for him. May not necessarily work for you, but it works for him. So it just kind of depends. Yeah, to each your own. You're going to find your niche. Whatever it is, capitalize on it, because that's the niche. You can go to tattoo shops. You know, you could go to wherever business, it's all open. All open. And just attack every one of them. And just remember, set aside an hour or two once a week to go do that and knock it out. And trust me, people will appreciate it. I doubt very much anybody's going to turn down food.